Part two now of my interview with the former mayor of Palm Springs and current city council member Geoff Kors. I'm curious, Geoff, any talk about closures along Palm Canyon again?
What we're doing is we took part of it down to 2 lanes and we allow all the restaurants to do parklets. We waived all the fees for those parklets. We are paying for all the protective railings for those businesses. And I've been reaching out to the state to see if they'll extend it even after the restrictions are lifted, so those parklets can stay, or if there's a way the city can come up with a way longer so those businesses can have more capacity even after this, because so many of them have really sacrificed so much, our residents and businesses, and our businesses have really been hurt by this. So the more we can do to help them not just get through this, but after this, to increase people going out to dinner, increase people going to our local shops. We really want to make sure we're not just dealing with the current moment, which we are, but the future. And at the last council meeting, we approved $1 million small business program. And the real focus of that is there are businesses that have really fallen through the cracks. They're either not eligible for PPP, or it's a small business where it's the owners who are really the staff people as well, and they're not getting PPP. So the first focus is to help them. We also instituted a program towards the end of the year to help businesses apply for state and federal financial programs, because that's where the bulk of the money is. And as of last week, we've helped over 75 businesses. A lot of our businesses don't have the bandwidth to do all the forms that are necessary. So we also contracted with 2 Palm Springs accounting firms, and we're paying to provide assistance to those small businesses so they can do the profit and loss statements or whatever else they need and gather the documents to help them apply for PPP and state grants.
Right now, the county is working to open more vaccine clinic sites and is in conversations with the Palm Springs Convention Center. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we've been advocating for them to use the Palm Springs Convention Center. As you know, there are a lot of people who don't have access to drive to Indio or Beaumont or other places. And so to have something on the West Valley was really important to us. And we have the refrigeration and freezer space at the convention center to do this. And we've been told by the county that by the end of next week, that will be open. So we're very excited about that. We will share that as soon as it comes out and as soon as appointments are available. It's going to help not just our residents, but anyone in the West Valley.
So by the end of next week, there will be vaccinations happening at the Palm Springs Convention Center.
Yes, that is what we've been told by the county. They're working on setting up that program right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's very exciting news.
Have you gotten many calls from residents who are concerned about getting the vaccine? And if so, what is the city advising them?
What I've heard is from people who are eligible, but the vaccines fill up in 20, 30 minutes every time they're opened up. So I have been telling them about Palm Springs, that we were going to have something here. Been providing our residents with information that if you don't have computer access or you want to do it by phone, you can call 211, and the county has hired operators and people to help people through the 211 number. And every time there are new appointments open, we share it on social media, we share it with the press. I know you always share it. So it's important people know ahead of time, but even people who are there 15 minutes ahead of time, refreshing their screen, and I've heard from people and friends, in their 80s with health conditions. And so they're very concerned and they're staying home, understandably. So we want to make sure that we get more locations to make it easier for folks. And ultimately, we need more vaccines. And it's really good to see the Biden administration today say they think they can hit 1.5 million doses a day, not just the million, which is still a lot, but not the million they had said previously. So that's a good sign. We need more production of the vaccine. We need it out as soon as possible. That's what's going to save lives and bring our economy back.
All right, Geoff, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for your reporting, Peter.